In Mercury, a payee is someone that you can allocate commissions to. This webinar will just look at the setup of the payee itself. The person that can set this up is someone who has commissions access. So usually that's the company director or anyone who can see the commissions tab and the manage payee section here. If you need access to this section and don't have it, ask the company director or submit a help desk ticket and we can direct you towards the best person to speak to at your company. Once you start receiving commissions, you might want to split some of the upfront or trail to a payee. That could be anyone from one of the loan writers in your company, or maybe a referrer, or just someone who has nothing to do with the loan. What you need to do is create a payee first, enter their bank details, and it's as simple as that. When you create a payee, you'll see that they are given an ID. They can use this ID and visit the Mercury system and log in from anywhere to see their commission statements. So if this is a referrer, all they have to do is visit mercury.connective.com.au, type in their ID and a password that you set them, and they can view the commission statements just like you can see here. They can't view any of the other tabs though, only the commissions tab and their own statements. So setting up a new payee, we'll click create and enter some details. If you have virtual branches, you can assign the payee to a virtual branch. This is quite a new feature, and what it means is if you link the payee to an associate down the bottom and you put the payee in a virtual branch, instead of that payee having to log in with the CP number every time they want to view their commission statements, they can simply go to their Mercury login. They're already in a virtual branch, so when they visit the commissions tab, they'll only be able to see their own statements. So if you give anyone in a virtual branch access to commissions, they will never be able to see the full range of commission statements. They will only ever be able to see their own payments, which were assigned to their payee. Type in an address. Specify whether they're registered for GST and the password. So as I said before, if they are logging in with the CP number here, you would enter a password for them here. Just let them know what their password is when you send them their CP number to log in and view their statements. So the account details can be entered in here. The bank, the BSB and the account number need to be actual BSBs. If you don't enter one that's valid, it will tell you that. So I'll just go and find one that is actually valid. That seems to work. And here's where you'd set how much of the upfront and trail that you'd like to split to this payee. You don't have to enter anything into these fields, but if you have an agreement that the payee is going to get a set upfront or set trail amount every time, it would probably save you time to set up the defaults and automatically apply them if that's possible. So if you do have a default to set up, you can either put it as a percent or a fixed amount. So if it's $100 per loan account, you would enter $100, or if it's 50% of the upfront, you could just enter a percent, and the trail commission, you can only set the default as a percent. So if you set it like this, then Daffy Duck, every time this payee is applied to a loan account, the default split will be 50% of the upfront and 50% of the trail. The linked associate you would use if Daffy Duck is actually a loan writer. So from this list we would select Daffy Duck, and the system a lot of the time will automatically assign a loan writer to a loan account that comes through, and you can set from these options here, you can set it to automatically allocate this split for any loan accounts that belong to Daffy Duck. So you would only use these options really if you're 100% sure that Daffy Duck will be getting these defaults on every loan account. If you're not sure, then you would select manually allocate on a loan by loan basis, and every time a loan account comes through you would open the loan account and set up the splits yourself. So select Daffy as the payee and set up the upfront and trail splits manually. So that payee's been added now, and you can see the upfront and trail defaults that we've set. I'll just demonstrate what it looks like for Daffy Duck to log in using these credentials. So Daffy is a user, but if they did want to log in and see only their commissions, they can use this ID and the password that I set. So just as a reminder, the password is here. You can type whatever you want into there, and that'll be Daffy's password. So I'll log in as Daffy now. Just using the CP number and the password. Okay, so this is just a demo of what they would see, what a payee would see when they log in. It's not a lot of detail. They can't see any of your data other than the commissions that they've received. So it's very similar to the commission statement screen here. It's just the section here. So they would see for a month their commission statement, and they would see any of the loan accounts listed below here. So it's handy to give any payees that log in. It just means that you don't have to print out and send off invoices. They are able to get them digitally just through the internet. If you have any questions about commissions, it's best to watch the full commissions webinar, which runs through everything you need to know, or have a search on the wiki.